Big problem for Labour is whether they can hold on to the Muslim vote. Some of the Labour MPs in seats with large Muslim populations who are being targeted because of their abstentions on a ceasefire include this: Shadow Health Secretary Wes Streeting, Shadow Justice Sec Shabana Mahmood, Shadow Paymaster General Jonathan Ashworth and Shadow Business Minister Rushanara Ali. But Labour's Shadow Business and Trade Secretary Jonathan Reynolds didn't seem too concerned about the Muslim vote when I asked him last night.
I take nothing for granted when it comes to any community. Now, I think in any part of the UK, from the top of Scotland to Cornwall, Labour's the only competitive party, the only party that can say, if you want to change from the present government, we're your vehicle to do that, but we will take seriously and always take seriously the needs and concerns of every community. Because let's be frank, we've had all these opinion polls, not a single vote has been cast and will not be cast for a long period of time. So we will take absolutely nothing for granted, but we will campaign for the basis of the change the UK needs.
Well, can I just bring your attention to something that we are seeing right now, and it ties directly into the pro-Palestine / Muslim vote. This is an incident that was taking place, and I believe is taking place still, in East Finchley, an area with a big Jewish population, and they were showing an Israeli film at the local cinema there. This has happened at other cinemas in the country, and the pro-Palestine lot decided to turn up. They were incredibly well organised. However, they were possibly too organised because it alerted the local Jewish community and supporters of them to it, and they decided to turn up in even bigger numbers. And here's a clip. They've had enough, haven't they? They've had enough. I welcome now the director of the Oxford Islamic Information Centre, Dr Sheikh Ramzy. Look, thank you very much for coming on. I'm just going to put this tweet to you now, which is a response to Keir Starmer's election campaign launch, which says their Operation Muslim Vote begins. What do you know what that means?
Not really. Operation Muslim Votes begin. I believe the Muslim vote, of course, they're a legitimate organization which they came and of course brought all the Muslims together and said, okay, let's show ourselves and let's see. We have some demand, something which we want. For example, 10 or 15 points they raised. They said, okay, if anybody wants our votes, because around, I said around 4 million Muslims in this country. He said if they want our vote, they come and help us. I'm sure about that. Which Keir Starmer, in the time will talk to the Muslim vote, or will talk to the all Muslims and find what they need when they come to the government, what they need, and bring him back. Because I believe in the several years, is in decades which the Muslim vote in the Labours, but now they turn to, for example, independent because they did not want to the.
Well, you mentioned independence. You mentioned independence, and that's a really key point. I think it's going to have a big impact at this election. We rattled off some people there. Now there is a guy who did very, very well at the West Midlands mayoral election, Ahmed Yaqub, who actually had a Twitter poster of himself put up. There it is. So that's his Twitter poster, and there's the flag of Palestine in the back for him. Now, he was actually, I believe he is actually, standing in Birmingham Ladywood. Dr Sheikh Ramzy, do people have a right to be concerned that people have more of a concern for Palestine than, say, Birmingham Ladywood?
Yes, of course, it's very important. Palestine at the moment is in the heart of the Muslim, not here, everywhere. And again, it's not only just a Muslim. You can see the world they are trying. It's not Palestine, but it's a humanitarian things which they see. For example, they see there is no food, there is no medicine, there is no hospital, there is no schools, there is no universities. These are the people around the world, including Muslim, of course. They look for it and they say, this is not right in the 21st century. Let's sort it out. Let's bring a ceasefire. Let's feed everybody. Let's, for example, take all the hostages back. And then let's bring a peace to the Middle East. This is what they
When you say
really
take all the hostages back, are you talking about the hostages that Hamas have?
That's right. They should.
Yeah,
They should.
okay.
Hamas. They should take us back, and should be ceasefire. Should be two-state solution. This is a what? And
Right.
of course, if the labor, for example, they didn't want to give the labor the vote because labor did not go follow the ceasefire. That's what.
That's what it's all come down to. I get that. This
right.
really inflamed when the Labour
right.
Party initially didn't back a ceasefire. You mentioned there things that are not right in the 21st century. Okay. Now I put it to you that we have seen months and months of anti-Semitism and outright hatred on the streets of London, but tonight the capital's Jewish community seems to be fighting back. These pictures show anti-Israeli graffiti that was sprayed across the entrance of the Phoenix Cinema in East Finchley. It's in North London, OK? It is horrendous, that. But then the local community there decided that they were going to push back, and we saw quite a lot of, Jewish or pro-Israel individuals decide to descend onto that street, and this is some of it. So they outnumbered the pro-Palestine brigade that were there right now. Do you not think it's quite shameful that the local Jewish community, not just there but in other parts of the country, feel the need now to have to fight back against stuff like that?
This is, of course, again, you said what the Muslim in this country trying to bring a ceasefire to that, and again, any anti-Semitism, any Islamophobia, or this is totally wrong. Everybody have to get together, unite to eradicate Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, because the people are people. You know, we are not politicians. Of course, many of them they want to have some right, and of course, you can see Jewish people have a right.
For more independent, overtly pro-Palestine politicians, though, not a vote for more sectarian violence on the streets of Britain?
I don't understand it very well what you're saying, but the important thing is if they have independent, if the independent says yes, I am going to be there, and I'm going to ask for what you people, which I'm serving, are asking me. That is a right. That is a democratic things which they do, and I'm sure if they do it a little bit wrong, they're going to get sacked or they're going to get disciplined. Right. Therefore, there is, and I would have thought it is very important to ceasefire and come and push a solution.
Thank you. Can I say thank you very much? That's Dr Sheikh Ramzy there for coming on. So great to have you on the show. You're right about one thing, that's for sure, which is that we do live in a democracy, and we all have the right to go and vote for someone if we want. And people can moan about things all they want, but if you elect people who are pro-Palestine independent candidates in your local area, or the people do, then that's the way the election works. If you don't like it, then you go out and vote, don't you?